Alright, welcome back to another episode of War of the Visions. Um, Today we're gonna quickly discuss the King Mont card, and then I'll show off a couple of King Mont builds that I think would be interesting, both as tank and bruiser. To start off, my opinion of the of the King of Lions card. I must say it's not very high. I mean, I do use it here and there, but I think there are probably better options if you're gonna use them as a tank. Um, just because well, let's break this up into multiple parts. The easiest one to knock out is this max damage thing, right? That's really only useful in raids. Not all that useful in PvP. Also not that useful in the tower either. I mean, you're not really hitting damage limit in the tower. And if you do hit damage limit, they're probably dead regardless of whether or not you get that extra 2500. So let's knock that out first. Okay, increased defense, debuff resistance. That's basically the Admirer's Rivalry card, I think. The one with the one with the Fordham girls, right? The thirsty trio, so to speak. That one. If it was increased debuff resistance, period, that would be great. Unfortunately, increased defense debuff resistance is kind of okay, but 30% chance of it missing on you. It's not that bad. It's not bad per se. It's just never used. And I also don't think those kind of debuffs are affected by I don't think those kind of debuffs are affected by faith. So actually having higher faith is not going, having lower faith isn't going to reduce the chance of you getting debuffed. I think faith is only status effects. So realistically, this minus debuff thing, it's not that good. Particularly because everybody's running around with defense penetration. So I wouldn't really call the debuff thing all that great. Increase HP by 25% for fire units. That's basically Golem. And Golem is straight up unused right now, right? I've never really seen any top 200 arena players use Golem. Also, never really seen any of the, well, I've actually never ran into anyone that's running Golem, to be honest. I ran it once for a Drainforce build, and that's really it. So, two unused party buffs put together. Still fairly unused. I wouldn't say the party buff is kind of eh. It's not like godly or anything. Okay, now on the actual unit buff itself. Giving regular Mont this does not do him any good. Because he's not fire type, right? So realistically, you're gonna put this on Mont to get 20 defense penetration and 10% HP. I guess that's okay, but then you're kind of gimping Mont in that sense, because probably better off giving him something like Massive Deceit or something that gives him basic hate. So I wouldn't say this is great for regular Mont, although regular Mont is kind of lacking in terms of defense penetration. He does have a ton of attacks now, though. King Mont having an extra 10% HP. Basically, if you equip this card on King Mont, he can fairly easily break 10,000 HP. I'm not too sure about the defense pen here. Let's put it this way, right? Because I was using the card yesterday. So that's 30 defense penetration on top of another, let's say, 10 defense penetration from the Feel bonus. And I wasn't hitting that hard. Like, I wasn't one-shotting people with King Mont. So I wouldn't say, like, it's good to have, but it's not, like, awesome. And then AoE resistance is 10%. Okay, well, 10% attack is trash. Let's throw that in there first. 10% attack is really, realistically, maybe like 40 or 50 attack, maybe. The 10% area resist is kind of okay, because he already has a good chunk of area resist. The thing with area resist is, as a tank, you really want him to run forward, and you really don't want anyone else to hit you. You really don't want anyone else in range to get AoE'd. So you having the area effect doesn't. I mean, it helps you survive, but you're tanky anyway. So if this was the party buff, if party buff AoE resistance 10 or 15, that might actually be better. Personal opinion. Because like generally what'll happen is 2B will be right next to me. She has full evade, so doesn't really need AoE protection. You having AoE protection doesn't really do anything for you. I mean, a lot of times people will just use single target attacks because they do more damage. There are a bunch of like people do like stuff like Kotetsu and things like that, but the problem with those is that it dispels you more than it does damage. So my overall, I think this card is kind of really niche on King Mont, and that's really it. It's not particularly strong on anybody else. I mean, technically you can run it with someone like Raldor and still be okay, but like I said, it's not double cost, so it's an okay niche card to build, but that's kind of the situation of all the elemental cards. A couple of things about King Mont, the unit. As I was playing, I noticed a couple of weaknesses. One of them is he's very weak to dispel. You do not want to fight any kind of like Gilgamesh, Victora, those kind of things. Because once they dispel you, they will kill your teammates, and that's really, really bad. Anyways, on to King Mont builds. First one is a full defense build. Here, so King Mont will always be on the left hand side. I'm running Thancred for his 25 defense bonus buff, and I'm running 2B for her slash resist and berserk immunity. That berserk immunity is going to come in very handy next week when you fight other King Monts and you're basically ultimating each other in the face. Running Golem as the Esper, I'm running the Flame. This is the Keeper of Your card, or the Keeper of the Crystal card. This card gives 35 fire damage, 20, I believe 20 fire resist, and another 10 defense. So that equipped with my 20 defense armor here and another armor from the Elven Cloak. This gives me basically 75 defense plus 25 from the Thancred buff. That's 100 defense. So now I have 100 defense and 65 pierce resist plus double resist buff gives you 90 pierce resist. So basically, this is 100 defense on top of 90 pierce resist. This King Mont tank build will basically not die, regardless of whether or not you have a healer. Unfortunately, the current map gives, I think, 10%, maybe 15% pierce resist. No, not pierce resist. 15% armor pen. So he's not going to be getting hits for one damage. So this would probably be more of a thing I would troll people with in Guild Wars, if anything. Because there, you're not really expecting to run into King Mont with 100 defense. If anything, I swap Thancred over to the left-hand side, let people think I'm running Thancred, or let people think I'm running 2B, and then boom, King Mont 100 defense, 100 pierce resist. That's super nasty. Interesting thing about 2B here, if you saw my video yesterday while I'm trying to climb to the top 2,000 to start off, my 2B basically has full evasion. Where's her evade? She has 77 evade. This is without guild statues and all that other extra bullshit. So realistically, she has about 83-ish evade after all the guild statues and everything. And that's not accounting for her luck. Like, her luck is not playing any kind of part in this. She just has a crap ton of evade. So I really don't need to run Shiva for her, so I kind of just have her there to kind of be my carry. Thancred is kind of really there to hold the Leviathan card and give me the 25 defense buff. If you don't have Thancred, you can always use Titus. Titus has that cheer buff that gives 15 defense. So then, and Titus also holds the Leviathan really well. So if you were to run Titus, you would get 90 defense by 90 pierce resist, which I still think is very, very viable. The other thing is 2B is holding the Hitong TMR. It gives evade, and it also gives a hate down buff. Unfortunately, because of the way I'm running 2B, the actual positioning would be King Mont in the middle and 2B on the left hand side. So 2B will jump over with her resist field, and then that way Mont will get the an extra 20% slash resist. So you'll be running something like 45 slash resist. And then 2B's next turn, she will use evasion, the illusion buff. So she definitely is walking around with 100 evade. The problem with that is she's not running bells, so if she's the last person standing, she might really only be able to carry for 1 or 2 hits. That being said, I might need to turn off her ultimate. That's probably one of the things I need to do for my video. Anyways, second build here is, so that was 100 defense, 90 pierce. Here is 100 slash resist. It's actually fairly easy to get 100 slash resist with King Mont. In fact, much easier than getting 100 slash resist with Whisper. Because for whatever reason, Whisper, if I wanted to get 100 slash resist, I'd need to use Snow White Guard. I'm guessing it's because I used some other Esper. But anyways, base 25 slash resist plus Demon Wall, that's 50, plus the Platinum Helm, that's 60, plus Solidus is 80. And then 2B will jump over with the resist field, giving him 100 slash resist. I think in the upper ranks, 100 slash resist is going to run a lot better than 100 defense at the moment. The 100 defense is much stronger because 100 defense basically will make all of these damages 1 except magic. But there's that armor piercing field buff right now, so I can't really run 100 defense. That being said, 100 slash resist, very good. The only other person that has, well, there are a couple of options that have slash resist down. One of which is King Mont himself. The other one is shoot, what's his face? The other one is Stern and Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, I'm not too worried about because King Mont is fire type. Stern, yeah, I haven't seen any EX Sterns running around at all. I think if anything, I might be one of the 20 people that actually have him. Anyways, I'm making sure that he has slash resist down. The only other person that has it is King Mont. So in King Mont versus King Mont duels, I guess running full slash resist is an option. Unfortunately, King Mont isn't Whisper. Whisper has that debuff, resistance passive. But basically, you would just avoid King Mont if you're gonna run this full slash resist build. If I was gonna fight King Mont versus King Mont, I would use the previous one, this full defense build against him, because King Mont, he only has armor pen. He doesn't really have defense down, and the difference between armor pen and defense down is whether or not the teammates will also hit you for extra damage. Next one, this is the full missile resist build. So 75 missile resist, plus the double resist buff will take me to 100. Here I will have full missile resist for about 3 turns because of the defense bracelet. What will happen here is and I'm running the King Mont card here, so I have 9k HP. It is possible to rush that to 10k if I wanted to. The thing with the missile builds are the mine map isn't particularly good for missile to begin with. And the other thing about missile units, because they run an attacker AI, they'll shoot and then walk closer, shoot and walk closer. So by the time the 3rd turn comes around, they'll be right in your face and you can one-shot them. Yeah, there you go. Victor actually has 100% pierce here, 100 pierce damage there. So that's an interesting, that's another interesting look here. Here I would run Ephod because Ephod gives missile resist, and he also gives fire attack. So I'm walking around 70 fire attack. So there you go. There's the missile resist, slash resist, pierce resist, and 100 defense. So there's 3 builds already. And for a Bruiser build to kind of close this thing out, King Mont full fire Bruiser team. Here King Mont is the Bruiser and Raldor would be the tank. We're running, unfortunately, running a limited vision card here. This card is really good for fire teams. Basically, the 3 passives add up to 45 fire damage, plus another 30 from there, Flameberg. So Macherie is running 115 fire attack. Mont is 110 fire attack. Raldor 85, or Raldor 80. And then I'm running. You can kind of swap out the Alex ring if you want, but realistically, I'm running Alex ring there in case I run into any 2B teams. Even though I have sharpshoot, that I don't really reliably think the AI will sharpshoot the right guy. Unfortunately, that is a legitimate issue. So 76 accuracy on top of Ice Killer. So this will basically melt any kind of ice team. Look at the crazy ice resist here. 65 ice resist, 40 ice resist, 40 ice resist. If I were to use I think if I were to use King Mont's 15 elemental resist buff, she would have 80 ice resist. Basically, she would take no damage from any kind of ice team. What else? 45% crit rate, really good. I think Macherie is very underrated. Obviously, you can try running it with Rain or Luarta. I don't recommend Luarta in the minefield, by the way, because like there's a bunch of elevation issues. And like I said, she's running that gunner attacker AI, so she will keep walking up into people and basically getting herself killed. Because instead of walking back, she keeps walking up. Unfortunately, the gunner AI does not try to maintain a max range, so there's that issue. The other thing that I like better about Raldor is Raldor as a tank. It covers some of King Mont's tanking weaknesses. His biggest weakness really is Proclamation is a TP skill, and that's also his biggest strength. His 2 ways of generating hate is his passive skill and the Proclamation ability. Once he uses Proclamation, what'll happen is he'll gather hate, and then what'll happen is Christmas Victor will use Dispel Spread on him, and then he'll lose the hate, and he won't gain it back because now you're already up close to the opponent. You're not going to use a TP skill. So in that case, your squishies are going to die, basically. So that's his biggest weakness. Getting hit by any kind of Dispel. If he doesn't get hit by a Dispel, I think he'll still be okay, but you would kind of need a healer. That or you just go 100% slash resist. But anyways, those are my 4 builds that I think would be decent. Scroll through the stats here for you. This is the fire team. I pointed out notable stats, but the other thing that's good about Raldor is he has 4 move. There you go. May need to adjust the agility a little bit, but that's mostly the gear and cards. I think this one's probably the other one of the ones I'm more proud of with the 100 defense. So yeah, 100 defense here, 100 evade, and 90 pierce. Unfortunately, 2B did not really get any of that pierce resist. She only got 5, so she's really weak to pierce. 2B 40 crit rate, 25 crit damage. That could be much higher if you were to run a pure crit damage build with someone like Titus. Running Thancred with magic reflex, cause crap ton of magic everywhere. And if he gets tagged by magic, he might die. he can get tagged a couple of times by melee and not die. Here you see I don't have any of the guild or master rank stuff turned on. This one is slash resist. I think slash resist is still probably decently useful at the moment. It's less so useful come next week, once everybody's running their King Monts. But right now, it's kind of a I got a King Mont head start here. The defense debuff resistance is kind of but defense pen right here. My 2B is running something along the lines of like 50 defense pen in actual arena, and she's not one-shotting people, so there you go. Don't think defense pen is that awesome. It's okay. It's pretty good. It'll help you do more damage, but it's not that crazy. King. This is the missile resist build. Basically, I'm running him kind of like a Whisper Mont hybrid, because Mont or Whisper Engelbert hybrid. Well, actually more like a Whisper Warrior of Light hybrid. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Taunting Blade, and I kind of really wish he did, because Taunting Blade will counter all of the D-spell. But anyways, here, about 900 damage is not that, 900 attack is not that bad. You do want to have Nightblade. Your options really is Nightblade, Shadowrunner, or Shikichi. I go with Nightblade just because there's still so much 2B walking around, because she's still the bonus unit. And that's it. Back to the fire team. This is an actual Bruiser team, and he has about 1,000 damage there, with Ifrit equipped. So, goes to show you that 10% attack is not that great. All right, thank you guys all for watching. We're gonna go on to some arena videos now. Hopefully we'll actually do some. Hopefully we can actually climb up to like the top 500, 600. Mostly because I missed the first 2 days because I was doing something else. So, hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys all for watching.